Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house. And today I've got the Shirogorov Neon Zero here with me for a review, and we're gonna analyze the look, the sound, and the feel of this guy. But first of all, let's see how big this guy is, because it's not that big. It's 7.2 inches long overall, with a 3.35 inch long blade and 4 point something, 1, 2 inch long handle. Let's see how it does compared to the usual suspects. We've got the Ontario Rat number 2, smaller than that. Ontario Rat number 1, bigger than that. Of course, it's right in between. Another couple offerings from Spyderco. We've got the, of course, Para 3 right over there. And you can see this is a little bit bigger than the Para 3, but not bigger than the Paramilitary 2. You can see the handle is kind of like comparable to the size of the Para 3, but the blade is much longer than the Para 3. Of course, we cannot exclude the bigger brother Shirogorov F95R Slim right over there, and just because we have it and it's the same size of that one, but it's a bigger brother, I'm gonna show you also the F3NS right there. And check this out. This is the Holt Bladeworks Spectre V4 in the house, which is kind of like comparable in size. So very, very interesting. Also, we've got Chris Reeve Knives Large Sebenza 21 Night Sky Edition over here, so bigger than that, and something a little bit smaller also. This is the Olamic Whippersnapper right here. And what else do you want to see? Let's show you another couple. This is the Philippe Georget Custom Knife Factory 520, and this guy, because it's just gorgeous, Uslar Duck, the UK, in the house as well. So guys, this is the Shirogorov Neon Zero. It's probably my favorite offering from Shirogorov in a smaller package. This is basically a mini F95 blade knife, sorry, because it's very similar. There's a lot of difference, of course, but I like the simplicity, the minimal look they translated into that blade right there. So really, really a fan of this little guy. This is a titanium frame lock, stone washed finish, beautiful sterile look. Guys, this is as clean as they get. Chamfering like crazy inside, outside, beautiful rounded off edges. You see, this is like not like a 45-degree angle chamfering like here. This is like rounded, milled beautifully, and then gets back to this maybe 60 degrees chamfering, and then goes back, and here is reinforced, like for example, the Sebenza is doing the reinforcement outside of the screws in the handle, so really, really good. This guy is using titanium slabs, which are skeletonized on the inside. Look at that. Nice lightning pockets going on over here. You have a beautifully designed 3D milled titanium backspacer, stone washed as well, with a matching finish, of course, to the handle, and integrated lanyard holder. But look how this guy actually integrates with the handle. Is just a beautiful work. Something like that is also going on in the F3. Look at that. So this clearly inspires to that, but you have more, you see, more space to tie in your lanyard, your paracord, or whatever. Very, very beautiful job. This is, of course, different than the Shirogorov Neon NL, cheaper option compared to this guy, and because there's no backspacer, just one standoff and these 3 prongs over there. And the lanyard hole, of course, is in the presentation scale. So you have that, and then you have, of course, stainless steel lock face insert, which has a lock bar stabilizer built in. Maybe you can see it like that, like there. Really, really cool design, of course. This guy is the lock face insert. It's screwed in from the inside to keep a clean looking lock bar right over here. You've got Of course, the classic Shirogorov screws, so you're gonna need a proprietary tool if you don't wanna mar these beautifully milled screws, or you can try with a like flathead screwdriver, but just be really careful. Of course, the hardware is flush with the scale, not protruding. I mean, a little bit for the pivot, but not that much. Pivot is spinning, it's not captive. You've got a 3D milled titanium pocket clip, which has a very strong tension, but it has relief cut out over here to facilitate the insertion of the edge of the pocket right over here, so you're not gonna have any issues with this guy in and out of your pocket. So really cool design overall. I really appreciate how this line just tapers down and then catches the same angle on the scale over here, and then continues onto the backspacer. Look at that. This is beautifully designed, guys. Really nice indeed. And also of course you have this really cool blade shape right over there. Look at that line. This is very similar to the Shirogorov F3 blade. See, you have some tapering down and lots of belly up to this point, like this one, and same jimping going on. So it's see, blade is pretty centered. Look at the jimping, beautifully designed. It's the swedge, it's creating something like, you see, like this angle here, maybe you can see it from here. You have the swedge, which is continuing the chamfering on the handle, like in a line, straight line. It's just beautifully designed. Look at that, like a spaceship. Beautiful. Sterile looking blade, crazy stone wash finish. This is a fine medium stone wash. It's kind of like a vapor blast. Beautiful swedge going on up to here, and retains the strength for the tip. You see, this is a very good slicer, not too thin stock, but the tip is robust because the swedge is not going up to the end, so it's keeping this the full thickness of the blade up to this point. And then you've got 70% belly up to the sharpening choil. Beautiful classic Shirogorov sharp designed plunge grind. And of course you've got your flipper tab, beautifully milled out. You have a little bit of flat going on over here. It's not as nice as the, for example, F3, let's say, which has, you see, this has a little bit of flat over here. This has much more bigger surface, like flat surface for a push button opening action. This guy, you can still do like a push button like that, but it's gonna be digging a little bit in your finger, so you'd better be off like doing like a light switch like that. So keep that in mind. This guy is using M390 steel. The blade shape is really good. It's a nice slicer. You can easily use this for food prepping. It's so good. Sound. Oh yeah. This reminds me like the F3 sound, which is one of my favorite. You can even hear the whoosh of the multi-row bearings rubbing up against the scales. Nicely clanky and clicky and percussive sound. Has some depth to it. Really, it's really pleasant to hear. I really love it, guys. The weight of this guy is gonna be 2.9 ounces, so just a little bit heavier than this guy over here, which is the NL version, which has no backspacer but has no internal milling. So there's a little bit of compromise here, but this is gonna be 0.2 ounces heavier, even if it has the internal milling, because it has the backspacer going on. No hot spots, zero hot spots in the hand, great grip. Jimping is functional, it's not aggressive, I like it. Probably from an aesthetic point of view, I prefer this one. I like, because I'm a nostalgic guy probably, but this is less functional than that. These grooves are a little bit deeper than those, so probably more functional in this version over here. It's a small knife, so this is not, I'm not seeing myself doing like any reverse grip because there's a chunk of handle missing over here. But overall, this guy is gonna feel absolutely solid in the hand. There's no flex, nothing. It feels a little bit more robust than the NL version. It's overall like very sleek, very smooth in the hand. Of course, there's no texturing going on the handle, so maybe a slippery side. Zero gaps. Fit and finish is fantastic. This part over here, absolutely flush. You don't feel anything going on. Of course, zero blade play. The only thing is that the clip strength is a little bit, the clip tension, sorry, it's a little bit on the strong side, but deployment speed is fantastic. Zero finger sore as long as you do the light switch. Don't do too much push button. Super smooth. This guy is running on multi-row bearing system pivot. Detent strength is on the medium, I would say medium side. Not really much kickback on the blade when you deploy it. You're not going to be able to touch the tip of the blade because it's nicely tucked in into this centering backspacer going on, so nicely protected. And overall, it's beautifully done. The action is fantastic. You've got some internal, some milling over here to facilitate you from, to open, to deploy, to disengage the lock bar. Really easy to do that. And you've got some nice free fall action as soon as you disengage the bar, and then no guillotine effect because this guy still has to break in, but I'm sure this is gonna be gliding down like crazy as soon as I'm gonna be flipping. After watching a movie, you flip this guy and then boom, it's gonna be absolutely drop shotty 100%. So I mean, overall this is a beautiful knife, really clean look. I love the minimalism going on of these lines. Great blade shape, great ergos, great sound. I mean, what else do you want? This is a mini F95 and it's checking all my boxes. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.